fighter on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 1.9 meters tall, weighing in at 102 kilos. His record, 6 wins, 5 defeats. Fighting out of the UAE by way of Egypt, Ibrahim El Sawi. And now his opponent, standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 2.05 meters tall, weighing in at 115 kilos. His record, undefeated, 6 wins, 0 defeats. Fighting out of the UK, I give you Chapachai Louis Parry. Your referee when the cage door closes, Fabricio Montero.
All right, so here we go. Chai Louis Parry against Ibrahim El Sawi. Egypt against UK.
So here's your co-main event. In the black, Louis Parry. In the red, El Sawi. And a little bit of a height advantage. What do you think?
A little bit, man. Chai looks like he just jumped from the Aquaman movie.
Oh, he's an animal. He is an absolute specimen. But I'll tell you what, Ibrahim El Sawi, this is a guy that doesn't have a whole lot of give in his system. He's a very tough fighter. He's beat some very, very game opponents in his career. And he would love to derail the hype train that is Chapachai Louis Parry.
Exactly. Ibrahim already showed some skills on the takedown attempts over there, trying to sweep Chai's leg. Chai's managed to stay, but let's see if in the middle of the fight he'll be able to pull those up.
Chai Louis Parry looking to bring this fight down to the ground there as he's working that clinch. Is he going to try to change levels? El Sawi, the Egyptian fighter now living here in UAE, throwing some hard, nasty right hands.
Change position again. Now the Egyptian once again pushing his opponent towards the cage. Let's see.
A guy like Chapachai Louis Parry, undefeated at 6-0, that big of a fighter and 35 years old. He's looking to make a run as far as he can, as quick as he can right now.
Absolutely. So still we'll have the clinch.
Not to mention, Louis Parry has the fastest knockout in Glory history, in Glory Kickboxing. He actually accomplished that in Dubai, just up the road. I want to say 25 seconds or something like that. Insane.
It was insane.
Former basketball standout.
So 2 hands now having those underhooks. The situation is not very good for the Egyptian. Ibrahim now trying to stay.
Heavyweight's such an interesting weight class in that you can be 35 years old, you can even be 40 years old and still be very effective, still be a big player in the division, just because one-shot knockouts. I mean, quick knockouts and it's over. You get that burst of energy and you can finish somebody very, very quickly.
And at the same time, you have to be one of those guys managing your stamina all the time, managing the pace of the fight, you know? If you're not experienced enough, you're gonna might just end up losing the fight, gassing out.
Yeah, El Sawi has a lot of support here in the UAE, a guy that has made his home here for a while. So he has a big crew out here chanting his name, and that definitely has to help him in a situation like this, going up against a guy that, of course, is favored to beat him in this matchup. And so far, he's handled everything pretty well. He hasn't really taken any damage.
Exactly. If you're not familiar with fighting, man, these kind of position takes a lot from your energy, man. It's so, like, you can be exhausted by trying to control a guy and also defending yourself from those clinches. It's such a hard work right now.
Tell you what I don't like to see, and that's Chai Louis Parry leaving his hands down. That's one thing you don't want to do against a power puncher like El Sawi. You never want to look past your opponent. You never want to underestimate, and he's leaving his hands down, and I don't like that. I think that's a recipe for disaster.
Me too. So we're trying once again a single leg.
I'm just trying to figure out what is Chai Lewis Parry's strategy here? What's he trying to do? I mean, he clearly wants to bring this fight to the ground, and it looks like he's going to get him. Gosh, could you imagine if he got those big hooks in?
My God.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I think one of those legs is bigger than I am.
Trying to bring that leg back. But still, man, Ibrahim is...
Chopper Chai just wearing him down right now, riding him down to the ground.
What? He's on his trapped in a weird way over there. Okay, managed to blend on side control.
And this is something that you can tell by their positioning and how they go to the ground that Lewis Parry still has a lot to learn in this game. He's still very, very new to it. So you're going to see some kind of clunky transitions like that. But the problem is, for anybody that fights him, is that if he gets on top of you and he puts all that weight on you and all that mass, it's going to be hard to go anywhere.
Exactly. It's very hard. Oh, my God. Nice escape.
Hey, Ibrahim El Sawi is on a mission.
It's in the end of the round right now.
And that round is over. Are you surprised at all at how that round went?
Actually, by the way Ibrahim was working his legs at the very beginning, the first time they got clinched, I thought he would bring like a more technical approach to take Chai down, you know. But in the end of the round, but I also expected Chai like exchanging more. So it's kind of weird because Ibrahim just landed a very good body shot kick. That was the kick. That's hard, man. That's hard. And there we go again.
And like I said, you know, he left his hands down a lot.
Exactly.
So that's exactly where it was right there. He connected once, and I mean, and Chai shook it off and threw his hands up and kind of taunted a little bit. But you just can't do that. That's not something you can afford in this division. Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
And whether it's this fight against El Sawi or it's a fight in the future, that's something that has to be drilled into his head all the time, is to keep those hands up.
Totally.
Because everybody has knockout ability in that division.
Either way, this is a great opportunity for him to go back to the lab and work out in those.
Absolutely. Well, folks, we're going to go into round number 2, and I know I'm very interested to see how this one's going to go down as they wipe down Chai Lewis Parry. Ibrahim El Sawi comes in as the underdog. Is he going to be able to climb that mountain and take out Chai Lewis Parry?
Yeah, he showed it's not easy. The last time Chai fought, it took like 25 seconds. Now Ibrahim is doing a very good job. Oh my God, nice left hand.
Chai Lewis Parry's not using his reach. He's not using jabs or even body kicks or anything, which really surprises me. He really wants to clinch up.
Listen, like there's no combination going on right now. Also, they're throwing like big punches, but without any combination, which is hard to make it land one. He lost his balance, went down to the floor. Let's see.
A little bit of a slip there. He goes into side control, and that's where Chai wants to be. He feels very, very comfortable on the ground, as we can tell. And you know, what's the end game here? Does he want to get the full mount? Does he want to get the tap out?
Now, he's not even positioning himself in a way that we could predict. It's weird. And Ibrahim also not doing a very good job over there. Like totally, he should be with his right shoulder on the floor, trying to recover the guard, instead of be hugging Chai. You know, he's just putting more weight on top of him. And Chai is like taking his time. Chai's corner asking him to elbow him, use a little bit of...
What you're saying is this isn't really much of a technical masterpiece of a matchup. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely not.
a little rough around the edges here on the ground. But a guy like Chai can get away with that. When you're that big and you're that big of a specimen, you can get away with, you know, making a few mistakes and not exactly, you know, using the correct technique as he's kind of tied up.
And the guy's a natural athlete. You know, he has a long way to go, but he will learn for sure. Okay, now he's following his corner instructions, using his head, you know, to keep. Okay, referee putting the fight back on top. Ibrahim looks like really gassed out.
Well, I think they're both sucking a little bit of wind here. Chai might have a little bit more gas in the tank.
Low kick from Ibrahim.
And Chai's corner's wanting him to use that jab, and Chai's just way too hesitant. And he is just taking shots across the jaw. That was a straight up slap. I mean, why wouldn't we see a slap?
Oh!
Good night.
Big shot.
I believe that man's going to sleep. Ibrahim El Night. This one has to be over. Chai Lewis Parry, folks. He's the real deal. It took one shot to put him on the ground and some serious sledgehammers to put him to sleep.
Big shot, and that's it.
That just goes to show you, I mean, the guy packs a serious punch, and he's going to make mistakes, but he